Hi all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I know I've said this before, but it's not often that I get the chance to report good stories on my channel. But here's one that I definitely want to share. The Metro Nashville Police Department in Tennessee is thanking legendary singer Jon Bon Jovi and his team for helping talk a distressed woman off the ledge of a pedestrian bridge on September 10th of 2024. Not much information has been released about what happened, but news reports say Bon Jovi was filming a music video on the bridge when he and his crew spotted the woman on the ledge over the rail. So they stopped what they were doing, and he and a woman on his team approached the woman, and he can be seen talking to her for a bit before he and his crew member can be seen helping the woman back over the rail to safety. Then he appears to spend some time talking with her before they both walk away together, hopefully to find her the help she needs.
A chance encounter with Jon Bon Jovi turning into a life-changing moment. The legendary rocker in the right place at the right time Tuesday when police say he and his team helped save a woman on a Nashville bridge. The woman standing dangerously on the ledge over the Cumberland River. Bon Jovi then seen on surveillance footage released by police walking over and talking with her for about a minute before helping her climb over the railing to safety. The two later embracing in an emotional hug. NBC News confirming the musician has had extensive training in speaking to individuals in crisis through his JBJ Soul Foundation. The organization helps people living in poverty across the U.S., including those facing hunger and homelessness. A mission Bon Jovi took to heart this week in Nashville and is living every moment.
With the power of with people working together to find the ills that the needs of each individual in their respective places where they live and work, yeah, I do think that we can make a difference. I really do believe that.
Talk about being in the right place at the right time. And just know if you are experiencing a time of crisis, you can always reach out to the 988 hotline where you can speak to professionals who are trained to listen and help you.
What a good man. I'm a fan, but I had no idea he had a foundation to help break the cycle of hunger, homelessness, and poverty. And it also looks like he has a community restaurant called JBJ Soul Kitchen. I had no idea. I just love his music. But now, I love that he has such a big heart too. If you want to check out his webpage, you can just search for JBJ Foundation online and it'll pop right up. And it looks like he offers opportunities to donate to the cause and volunteer as well. And I have to say, I don't believe it was coincidence that Jon Bon Jovi was on that bridge filming that day. I think he was placed there through divine intervention. He was needed there. And he probably saved that woman's life. And maybe all she really needed was to know that someone cared. Who knows? Maybe they'll become lifelong friends now. And maybe her life will entirely change for the better. I pray it does. And I'm glad Jon was able to be there for her. He might have been just the person she needed to talk to. God bless him. I know you all hear me saying I'm praying for the victims of the stories that I share and their families all the time. And I actually do. Because I believe in the power of prayer. And I believe in divine intervention. So shout out to Jon Bon Jovi and his crew for having big hearts and caring about the welfare of others. But sometimes divine intervention doesn't happen. And that I can't explain. The next story I'm going to share with you doesn't have a happy ending. This story is one tragedy that led to another. And it's a story I can't even begin to understand. On August 9th of 2024, 59-year-old Margarita Galindo, a grandmother of 7, was riding in a car with her husband on a freeway in Sylmar, California, when a man jumped off the overpass above her and came right through their windshield, severely injuring her. Her shocked husband said he immediately pulled over to get the man off her, and she was rushed to the hospital where she fought for her life until she couldn't anymore, and she passed away from her injuries on August 28th. Her devastated husband survived the horrific tragedy without any injuries.
Now this, a tragic and bizarre twist of fate. A wife and mother of 3 dies after clinging to life in the ICU for weeks. She was hospitalized after a man jumped from a bridge and landed on her car. The 59-year-old grandmother of 7 was riding in the passenger seat next to her husband during the crash.
KTLA 5's Chris Wolf joining us live tonight from Ontario. That's where the victim's family is honoring her memory. Chris?
That's right, Rick and Court. One man's very public suicide led to the death of this unsuspecting bystander, a beloved wife and mother and grandmother. Family members have been gathering at her home here in Ontario for continued group prayer and support.
The way it all happened, it just wasn't fair. How, like she. It just wasn't fair.
I'm just sad, a little angry with her destiny, her end.
That end was unexpected and violent. On August 9th, shortly after 7 p.m. on the 210 westbound in Sylmar, the lives of 2 complete strangers would intersect with deadly consequences. One tragedy would lead to another. Witnesses say a man scaled an overpass and then jumped. His body slammed into the windshield of a car passing below and delivered a devastating and crushing blow to the front passenger in that vehicle. That passenger was 59-year-old Margarita Novella of Ontario, wife, mother, and grandmother. Her husband, Florencio Galindo, was at the wheel.
Something landed on the vehicle, and so what he first did was he saw that a trailer was coming to his right, so he had to either, I don't know how he did it, he slowed down or sped up to go to the shoulder so that he can get the guy off my mom.
Margarita Novella would be in intensive care for the next 3 weeks before succumbing to her injuries. Her husband says he has no words to describe his grief, but adds he does not hold any anger for the man responsible for Margarita's death. Family members gathered at her home for a prayer service just days after her passing.
She goes out for a trip and then she just never comes back. And that's my anger that we never said bye.
She's not here anymore. Like, how are we gonna fill that spot? How are we gonna fill that void?
Now look on your screen. We want to put up a special number. This is the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Dial 988 24 hours a day. If you need to talk, there are people who will listen and help. For now, reporting live in Ontario, I'm Chris Wolf, KTLA 5 News.
My heart absolutely breaks for Margarita and her family. And how they even begin to process what happened, I don't know. She lost her life because somebody else decided to take his own. That I'll never understand. But maybe we're not meant to. All I know is that I'll be praying for strength for this family and her 7 grandbabies who now no longer have her to love them. And I'll be hoping that you all stay safe out there. This world is a dangerous place. I'm going to go listen to some Bon Jovi now, so I can erase the story I just told you out of my head. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.